Hi guys, so I'm gonna read Action Comics number 8. Um, yeah, last issue I didn't say Superman was on the cover in last issue. But this issue he isn't on the cover. It's some like Native American guy wrestling with a British soldier, I think. Um, but yeah, so I don't know what this Lieutenant Bob Neal of Sub 662. Oh, this is some like okay, I don't care. Superman by Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster, leaping over towering buildings, rending steel in his bare hands, lifting incredible weights high overhead, impervious to bullets because of an unbelievably tough skin, racing at a speed hitherto unwitnessed to mortal eyes. These are the miraculous feats of strength that which assist Superman in his one-man battle against the forces of evil and oppression. A session of juvenile court. Frankie Murillo, who are charged with assault and battery. What have you to say in your defense? Nothin', except if he handed over his dough without squawking, I wouldn't have hit him so hard. You speak like a hardened criminal. In that case, I have no course but to. Wait, Your Honor. Of course he talks tough. What's more, he is tough, Your Honor. But he is only like the other boys in our neighborhood. Hard, resentful, underprivileged. He's my only son, sir. He might have been a good boy, except his environment, he still might be. If you'll be merciful. Among the spectators in the courtroom is Clark Kent, ace newspaper reporter. He listens intently, completely engrossed. The mother's right, but if I know the court of law, her plea hasn't a chance. Other interested spectators are the remaining members of Frankie's gang. Gee, Nick, don't you think? Shut up, box ears. The judge is gonna speak. Wait till we see Gimpy. Shush. I'm sorry, Mrs. Morello, but your boy has committed a serious offense and he must pay his debt to society. Frankie Morello, I sentence you to 2 years in the boys' reformatory. Frankie, no. Don't cry, Mom. Sniff. Why that dirty? It's Gimpy's fault, Frankie. Frankie's getting a rap. You're right, gang. We meet in the alley behind my place tonight to talk this over. Though Clark is seated far across the room, his sensitive ears catch the boy's excited remarks. Gimpy, another factor in the case. That evening, a surprising transformation occurs within the privacy of Clark's apartment. Off come glasses, outer garments, his figure erects, and a few moments later, the meek reporter's figure is replaced by that of the dynamic Superman. The boys don't know it, but they're going to have another attendant at their meeting. A forward dive through the window, and Superman is off on his errand of mercy. Shortly later, clinging to a tenement above the urchin's headquarters, the Man of Steel gets an earful. I tell ya, Gimpy simply crossed us up. The rat. He told us if we'd sell him stolen stuff, he'd protect us if we ever got caught. But did he do anything to help Frankie when our pal got nabbed by the bulls? No, not Gimpy. Not a peep out of him. We had to fix that guy good. We owe it to Frankie. Come on, fellas. We're paying Gimpy a visit. The kids make their way to and enter the junk shop of Gimpy, receiver and fence for stolen goods. Loathsome corrupter of youth. Not bad for a week's take. I don't know why take is in commas. Soon I'll be able to... Who's there? Just us, Gimpy. Only us kids. What's the idea of sneaking up on a guy and pretty near scaring him scaring the wits out of him. A lot of money you got there, Gimpy. How come you didn't spend some of it on a lawyer for Frankie? Never mind that money. It's mine. Forget you saw it. You promised us you'd help us if we ever got tangled with the cops. You promised us, Gimpy. Sure, I promised you. But could I help it if business got so bad? I couldn't. We want money, Gimpy. Plenty of it. Are you gonna give it to us, or... Gimpy pales as he sees one of the boys lift a wrench from a nearby counter and clutch it tightly. Well, money. Sure, you can have it. Lots of it. I was just gonna get in touch with you about it. Here are slips for all of you. On each slip is the address of a home where a big haul can be pulled tonight. Pull the job and I'll pay you off big. Sounds okay to me. Thanks, Gimpy. Peter Randall, 1121 Roanoke Boulevard. Must be a ritzy joint. Harold Bronson, Kinsman Road. After the boys depart. Ooh, that was a tight fix. Now to tip off the police and get rid of them. Kids like I did Frankie. They're getting too tough to handle. Hello, police headquarters. This is a friend. Robberies are going to be pulled. Tonight at the homes of Peter Randall, Harold Braun. Abruptly, a hand reaches out, tears the phone from the wall with one easy movement. What? Who are you? Someone you're going to wish you never met. Help, pull. Here's a starter. Don't hit me again. I'll give you anything you want. That's what I want right now, is another poke at you. Boom. Never mind who I am. I'm going to give you just 1 hour to get out of town. If you don't, I will. See that you do. Emerging from the junk shop, Superman streaks off into the night. I've got to hurry if I'm to save those youngsters from the police and from themselves. Meanwhile, box ears drop into the grounds of Peter Randall's estate. Oh boy, this ought to be a big haul and a cinch. But unknown to box ears, Gimpy has tipped off the police. If that call was the work of a practical joker. No, look, someone's creeping along the lawn of the estate. Don't move, the cops. At that instant, Superman swoops down out of the sky and snatches up box ears from under the very hands of the police. Hey, what? Sorry, you can't have him. He's mine. Stop. We command you to stop. Am I dreaming? He jumped out of sight. Hey, let me go. Not yet. Not till I saved your friend Nick from a jail sentence. But when Superman reaches the Bronson residence, it appears he's too late. Ouch, let go. The cops, they've got Nick. So it seems. That can be corrected. As the patrol wagon speeds along the streets, Superman races in pursuit, easily overtaking it. We're not moving. What did you stop the car for? But I didn't. Look, my foot is pressing down the accelerator to the limit. The explanation? Seizing the auto's rear axle, Superman has raised the power-driven wheels so that they spin aimlessly off the ground. Naturally, the wagon is powerless to move. Golly, it's not really as hard as it appears. With his free hand, Superman plucks Nick free from the grip of his astounded guard. Help, help. Quiet, there's nothing to be afraid of. And a moment later, he is streaking along with two bewildered captives. Now to get the others. Within a sleeping household, gosh, I've cleaned out every bit of silverware in the joint. But now my bag is too heavy to lift without making a lot of noise. Unless, wait, I've got it. Pinky first lowers the swag from the upper story window with a rope. Well, well, looks like your friend is busily occupied. If only he'd turn all that energy into constructive channels. Then commences to climb down the rope. Oh baby, what a haul. Gimpy will give us plenty for this. What? Who? Hey, give me that silverware. It's mine. Oh no, it's not. It's going back straight back to its rightful owners. Still another residence, the remaining member of the gang gives a soft cry of exultance. He is panting and sweating. It took hours of hard work, but I finally broke through them bars. Boy, am I tired, but now to ransack the place. Oh no, you won't. I'm afraid your labor was all in vain. You're coming with me. Who's the guy? Who is he? We don't know, but he is strong. Woo. Boy, you can run. Is he a copper? No, he ain't, 'cause he's made a monkey out of him. Where are you taking us? Back to the tenements. I don't know, this is kind of nitpicking, but when you think, like in the last issue, the circus guy, knew who Superman was. Like, I think everybody would know who Superman was by now. But now that you've brought us here, what do you want? Just to talk to you. Now try to pay attention to what I say. You've gotten it in your head somehow that it's smart to steal, that stolen money is easy dough, but that's not true. No doubt you already learned that no matter how much you bring in, Gimpy keeps the lion's share. Yeah, we only get peanuts, like I was telling Pinky the other day. Shut up, box ears, you're babbling too much. What we get is our own business. What's more, you've always the fear that the law will make you pay the penalty for your crimes. Well, sometimes I do get nervous, scared of the coppers, not us. Gimpy says he'll take care of us if we ever got caught. Gimpy take care of you? Hasn't it occurred to you that it's mighty strange that those policemen were waiting for you at the places to be robbed? Sort of like a trap, wasn't it? Do you mean to say that Gimpy tipped us off? Yes, he intended to betray you to police, just as he did Frankie, and he would have succeeded too, if I hadn't happened along. Why, that dirty stoolie. So that's how Frankie got caught. This is one time he won't talk himself out of a tight spot. Come on, fellas. Superman has sighted Gimpy the moment he pulled the trigger. Instantly, the iron... Wait a minute. Did I skip? Yeah, sorry. I just skipped. Sorry. At that moment, the shadowy figure which had crept forward and listened to every word suddenly straightens erect, levels a rifle. So they're gonna get me, eh? Not if I can get 'em first. Eat lead, you little rat. Gimpy. Superman has sighted Gimpy the moment he pulled the trigger. Instantly the Iron Man acts. He springs forward. And now is enacted a fantastical, tense drama, which is of such infinitesimal duration that the human eye is incapable of recording its amazing occurrence. Superman races the bullet, and actually succeeds in beating it to its target. This must be the first time in all of history that the target hit the bullet. His impenetrable skin unharmed by the bullet, Superman springs at Gimpy. When I told you to leave town, I meant business. No, don't. Propelled by Superman's toss, Gimpy sails out through the night. Yow! And lands with a splash in the river. Help, blub. Yeah, so Superman pretty much killed this guy, but I don't know, to be honest, he kind of deserved it. But as Superman stares after Gimpy, Nick seizes the opportunity. He sneaks upon him from behind and crashes a wrench downward. take the... Oh my gosh, it's bent. What was that? That was a mean stunt to pull after what I've done for you. I'm afraid there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's to throw a little fear and humility into you. Ouch, let go. Cut it out, my ribs. Upward springs Superman towards the telephone wires overhead. This is rather drastic, but the only way to put fear into you kids. Hey, what the... Striking the wires, he teeters dangerously back and forth, apparently seeking to gain his balance. Whoops. Hey, watch out. Want to kill us? You dope. Maybe the wire won't hold our weight. You think so? I'll find out. Superman makes a complete backward flip and lands safely again on the straining wire. It worked. Help, he's nuts. No, we're nuts. Something like this just couldn't happen. But it is. Forward streaks Superman along the telephone wire. His ability to retain balance is miraculous. One thing you've got to admit, there's no heavy traffic up here. Abruptly, he leaps out and down. Did you ever wonder, boys, how it would feel to fall from a great distance and to be crushed to a pulp? My gosh, he did it. When they... Yeah, he says that to a bunch of little... Well, they're not little kids, they're like teenagers, but still. When they alight, well... Here you are, safe and sound. How would you like to do it again? Again? You bet. Come on, what are you waiting for? That was fun. Well, you actually enjoyed it. I've got to hand it to you kids. You've plenty nerve. Too bad you can't turn it into constructive channels. Any guy who can do what you do, mister, is okay with us. You're swell, and we'd give anything to be like you. If being clean and honest is your code, then it's gonna be ours too. That's fine, boys. It's not entirely your fault that you're delinquent. It's these slums, your poor living conditions. If there were only some way I could remedy it. At that moment, fate takes a hand in the form of several shouting newspaper boys. Extra, extra, Cyclone, hundreds homeless. Superman secures a copy. I've got it. News press, Cyclone hits Florida. Cities laid waste. Government rushes aid. Will erect modern housing projects. So what Superman's gonna do is basically he's gonna destroy the slums. Yeah, and make the government repay. It's very weird, but I don't know. It's very weird, but what have you got? An idea, a superb, glorious inspiration. Never mind the details. Now do as I say. Shortly later, the kids round up all their friends and scurry from house to house in the slum area, always delivering the same message. Leave our homes and take all our valuables with us? Are you crazy? All we're doing is delivering Superman's message, and if you've had an ounce of brains, you'll do as he says. A few minutes later, people on the far fringe of the slum area are puzzled to hear a series of crashing rumbles, which grow louder with each instant. What is it? Good Lord, sounds to me like an earthquake. A hurricane. They are mistaken, for the source of the sound is a one-man cyclone, Superman. So the government rebuilds destroyed areas with modern, cheap rental apartments, eh? Building after building crashes before his attack. I mean, where are these guys gonna stay when their like homes are destroyed though? I don't know. But anyway, building after building crashes before his attack. Then here's a job for it. When I finish, this town will be rid of its filthy, crime-festering slums. Not bad. Haven't had such a fine workout in a long time. Here's one fire trap less. summoned by fleeing, terrorized slum inhabitants. Fire trucks and police patrols swerve into the destructive zone. A lunatic, knocking everything to pieces. You got to stop him. If you ask me, you're the lunatic. One man created all this chaos. You're cracked. It must be an unknown army. I'll send for the National Guard. A troop rushes into the section menacing Superman. It's one man. This is incredible. Stop or we'll shoot. Shoot if you must. But after you had your fun, go away before I get annoyed. Fire. Superman continues to tear structures, unaffected by the withering and repeated machine gun fire. The man's superhuman. Fix bayonets, advance. But Superman agilely escapes his attackers through the simple maneuver of bridging several city blocks in one leap. They mean well, and so I must not lose my temper and hurt them. A new menace, a squadron of aerial bombers went to attack. Orders are to blast them off the face of the earth. Superman is struggling with a huge edifice which refuses to fall when, doggone it, it won't. What's that drone? Bombers? Nimbly, he races through the streets, explosions dodging his footsteps as the frantic aviators seek just desperately to eliminate him. Keep it up, boys. At the rate the job will be finished sooner than I expected, with your assistance. Abruptly, Superman vanishes from sight behind him. He leaves what was formerly were the slums, but now a desolate shambles. During the next weeks, the wreckage is cleared. Emergency squads commence erecting huge apartment-built projects. And in time, the slums are replaced by splendid housing conditions. Within the police chief's office, Chief Burke is interviewed by Clark Kent. You can tell your readers that we'll spare no effort to apprehend Superman. But off the record, I think he did a splendid thing, and I'd like to shake his hand. I don't know, to me, there is an excellent... I understand what Superman's doing, but I don't think other people would understand what Superman is doing. Like, other people wouldn't be so receptive to Superman after he, destroyed a bunch of people's homes. Yeah, but, Chief, strangely enough, I feel the same way. The end. Acquiring super strength, supervision, and exercise to acquire unusual vision is as follows. First, glance at a distant object, then glance at a close object. Repeat procedure. Okay. Do this a few minutes every day, and soon you'll be able to peer more distantly than any of your friends. Apparently that gives you X-ray vision, apparently. Anyway, that's the end of this comic. So yeah, that's kind of a weird comic story, but yeah, the next time I'll read Detective Comics, I think number 34 or 5. That'll be the next one I'll read. But if you guys want me to read a specific comic, just let me down below let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. And I'll see you guys later.